Nerd Out!
Welcome to another episode of Nerd Out! I am Randy, this is Brian, and surprise, surprise, we got a Transformers movie toy here. You know what? You posted pictures of this on Instagram, and I thought you just busted out your old one.
Yeah.
And then you're like, surprise! It's the new Last Night from the 5th, and I'm sure to be a spectacular film, Transformers 5. And first and foremost, like I want to say,
it's the best version of this Prime you're gonna get right now. I mean, it's all there. It's basically all there is. There's this. There's a leader class from Age of Extinction, which is an absolute piece of shit. This is a piece of shit.
Yeah, it is a piece of shit.
There was that. What was the one? The Armor Knight one?
We'll get back
that I meant to get.
It was like a retooled version of this.
I think that's called Armor Knight.
This is a Voyager class.
Yes, Voyager class.
And I don't know how authentic this is to the actual movie design. I'll say this first of all, with the new Transformers 5 movie design, it doesn't work for me as Transformers. It essentially is just like a non-transforming robot design-wise.
Well, that's what they went for.
Right.
I mean, they cheated it so hard that, like, you can't really do it in 3D, but they sort of pulled it off.
It would have worked It would have worked well if they were doing designing Jaegers for like Pacific Rim, but for Transformers, that Optimus Prime.
I don't think it works at all.
No, I don't either. But I'm trying to give it some sort of compliment of some sort. I'm just saying it's like, yeah, I hate it.
I think it's a shit design. I hate the movie. The movie's gonna suck. But for what Hasbro had to work with, they did damn good. I mean, if this, like, he shouldn't have the pipes and all that, but I mean, I think they did a pretty good job of making.
Well, I think the pipes are the only thing that give it a truck look to it, which is light.
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be there. Those are like complete, like in the movie, they're not there.
Really?
So we are filming, right?
Yeah. Oops. You know what? You brought this over, and I wanted nothing more.
You wanted to hate it.
I
could tell from last night that you didn't even really look like.
I wanted to shit on this thing hardcore. So, all right. Again, the paint job is actually really, really well done. Like they actually splopped some paint on. Splopped, is that a word? They put some paint on it. And that's a nice thing.
They made him posable, which is pretty good. I mean, they gave him butterfly joints.
I like the head design.
I like his head.
I like the faceplate. Is that something they're going to go with in the movie as the faceplate?
You know, let me call Michael and ask him.
Yeah, please do.
Find out.
You know what? I'm going to just make a bold, not even a bold statement, just a factual statement that Optimus Prime is so much cooler with the faceplate. Fuck his mouth. I mean,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean,
for sure.
That's like his piece of personality is his faceplate.
Right.
That's what separated him from all the other Transformers. Sweet. I
hate to say it, it's sweet, man.
It is
for the Prime you love to hate.
I don't know if I would use the word sweet, but
sweet.
It is okay. It is if you.
It's a cheap wine buzz, you know? I mean, what are you going to say?
I mean, that's sort of what it is.
It's like cheap wine that isn't giving you a hangover.
No.
So it feels great, you know?
The silver and the blue paint really give something to it. Like, with that silver and blue paint, it allows it to be passable. I do hate this robot design, but like there's something heroic about it though. Like I don't know how well this would translate into the actual movie, but like there's something about it that's sort of appealing to me.
He's got a very Gundam-esque. Like, he's got big legs. He's got like sort of widens at the bottom. Looks like when he stands, he's very sturdy like a tree.
Lots of panel lines.
You know, but what I'm worried about is where does it say it? Premiere Edition.
Oh,
which means that buys them license to not paint the rest as well. Yeah, so we don't know.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
I did transform this guy, and it's a fun transformation. Everything fits in pretty in its place.
Yeah, everything's got a home. Everything locks up really nice, and it's got. Like in truck mode, it's got all good angles. There's no if you look at it from behind, there's nothing sticking out or anything. And I appreciate that. You know, it's like this is the first legit Prime of this mold that I've seen. You know,
you think so? Okay, so we got the other one.
You know,
okay, now this is the This is what truly makes me like hate this robot design. Wow, this is terrible.
I mean, try transforming.
No,
I guess not.
I don't even want to.
But it's so hard, and it's not even complex. Dude, it's just difficult. Everything gets in the way. It's like the backpack.
It's got rubber tires.
It does have rubber tires.
Yeah.
And I actually have the Japanese version of it, which in some ways is better, but some ways worse, because it's like...
You never opened that, though, right?
Yeah, I opened it.
Oh, you really did?
I gave it to Laura for something.
Laura was like, God, I wish I wish I had the Japanese version of the, you know...
But they screwed up because they swapped the chrome with silver paint.
Okay.
And just, he was too busy on the front. He was like, all silver.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a terrible mold.
Yeah.
That is the worst mold that I think they've ever made.
You can overdo chrome without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like you've got, especially colored chrome.
Yeah.
But, okay. This is a little small to be like your definitive movie prime if you need it.
Wei Jing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
This thing up
if Wei Jing does with that what they did with hold on, just everyone bear with me and use a little bit of thought and imagination. All right, take that.
They will. I'll bet they do.
And then look at that. I gotta be honest with you. If they could translate this into that, like I think
they could. I mean, because
you think so?
All they really have to do is kill the backpack, kill the pipes, and make the legs compress better.
I like the pipes, but you said it's not screen accurate. Is that
they're not.
I see.
But you know what? I like the pipes too, to be honest. But it's like I could go either way if they wanted.
They could fold them down. They could easily put a hinge in there and have them fold.
They could fix that. They could compress that thing so much better, and like it would be. I just don't know if. Like people want this prime.
I don't either.
Either way, it's still the Age of Extinction prime, and that was a bad movie. Like
it was awful.
That was a $1 billion turd. Like,
a $1 billion turd that they're gonna make another $1 billion.
Yeah, so I guess who are we to?
Yeah, exactly. I gotta say, because I can't shit on this the way I want to shit on it.
I know you wanted to.
I wanted to, but that transformation was pretty fun.
Yep.
But I can at least say that this whole Transformers Last Night toy line is overpriced piece of shit. Like the rest of them I've seen, and they look awful.
Yeah, they do. I'll give you that.
They look terrible. And then just because you put a box on it doesn't add value. Because I'm talking about the deluxe ones. Like they just put in a box and charge you $25 or something.
Aren't they all Remo?
I think they're because there's some new characters. There's some new guy with dreadlocks, robots with dreadlocks. What is it with robots and dreadlocks? I thought he was
an old mold. I know you're
No. I can't remember his name, but it's actually I think it's a different robot with dreadlocks character.
That's so stupid. I hate that.
Yeah, I hate these robots so much.
I can't stand when they make a robot have organic features.
I agree. Like mustaches. You're not into mustaches.
That's bad.
That's
make them John Goodman.
That's a problem. Yeah.
Smoking robots.
Yeah. These movies are so bad.
They are.
I just think about it and I can't.
Are they intentionally bad? Are they meant to insult us?
I think Michael Bay's original intention was to sabotage Transformer fans, and that's saying a lot because I'm probably more open to like new interpretations and renditions of Transformers than most Transformer collectors and fans out there, and I can't stand the robot designs. But you know what? The movies have gotten so progressively bad that if you watch the first one again,
it's like a classic.
Decent.
Oh my God, you watch that and it feels like the good old days.
I'm like, whoa, a story. There's actually a little
characters
story.
And
wow,
it's like. But maybe this one will be okay. Anthony Hopkins?
But you know what?
And it's got Josh, what's-his-face back in it?
The other movies had John Malkovich and, Gary Shandling. Like, those were all good, respectable
But John Malkovich was, he was funny in that movie. I mean, not
was
like
he?
I
don't remember.
Bruce Brazo? Yeah, he was like my favorite part of that. But for the comic
really not a whole lot of those movies that like I can pull and be like, that was great. Like I think the first one had some good stuff, and the third one, Dark of the Moon, there were a couple scenes that I'll be like, all right, there was some semblance of like an okay movie.
Because the stuff with Sentinel Prime in it. Like, they were onto something so cool because there were moments where it's like you actually felt for Sentinel. and Optimus, and then they just crapped it all away.
Right. It was so weird because it wasn't like it was like, wow, this is such an unexpected moment. It was just like out of nowhere with no hint or foreshadowing. It was like, I am bad guy. Like, what the fuck? Usually you give some sort of semblance or like some sort of like foreshadowing. That's what
5 is going to be. Good 5 is going to tie everything together and make it all feel complete. It's not.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
Guys are thinking that. You know that.
Yeah, I don't want to have to watch Marky Mark again for Christ's sake.
Well, you have to.
I know. Man, it's rough.
I miss Shia, man. Bring Shia back.
Shia, yeah. When you start looking at him and you're like, he was.
When you want him back, you know you're in trouble.
You do know you're in trouble.
Wow. It's okay.
All right, so I think you're very fortunate that you got this a good month after Megatron, but because you were probably in need of a new robot. You went to Meyer.
They had it.
You had it. You bought it.
It was payday too.
It was payday.
It was payday.
You went home and you transformed it, and you're
like 50 times.
Right.
Yeah, I'm into it, man.
It's complex enough where you feel satisfied, but it's not too complicated where you're like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah.
Just like him. I think these guys
this is good.
Like, I think these guys go so well together.
I can see that.
Like, I just think they're like, like, I love both these primes. I mean, of course that
yeah,
much better.
Yeah.
But
if they would have just slightly altered this a little bit, this would have been a good prime for the entire series because like they got to like this prime design. And the problem is with this is, to me, it's too big and bulky for Prime. Like, I never really thought Prime needed to be the biggest guy in the show. Like, I thought he needed to be bigger than your average car. Obviously, it was a truck. But I didn't think he needed to be the biggest robot. Like, he needed to be
I'll give you that. It's cool when the robots are bigger than the leader.
Yeah,
because they have different attributes. And
absolutely.
It makes them...
And the movement of such a big guy is slow and not quite as dramatic, where if you slim him down a little bit, you can get him in more warrior action stuff. But this was actually...
It looks like an 8. Closer to an 8 as a human,
I can see that. You know, a big upper body, smaller lower body. This robot was actually a decent robot, but the transformation of this thing is so terribly difficult. It makes it so frustratingly terrible.
But I remember... Like, when I first got this toy,
I
was so into it. The Jetwing, it was my favorite toy when I mean, hey, maybe, I was into this shit.
Yeah.
I was knee-deep up in it, man. I loved it.
For you being such a critical, like, I think you're pretty critical, pretty hard on things. I think you're pretty open-minded towards the movie stuff. Why is that? Like,
you know what? Everybody's got a soft spot.
I guess
I got a soft spot for big budget movies that have transforming robots, and I mean, like I think I'm as critical. No, I'm not. I don't know why.
I don't know why. Like, you say how much you hate these robot designs, and I truly believe that you do, but yet you get really into these toys when they come out. I don't understand.
I think it's just like to me, it's like Star Wars. I didn't like the prequels, and we're talking about movies I've seen 100 times. Right, probably. It's like. But they're there. It's what I've got. So it's like, take it or take nothing. So
I'll take nothing. I don't like these movies, man. I don't like the movie designs.
I don't like them either, but I mean, it's like, but we're still seeing opening night.
Yeah, and not only that, like,
be terrible.
As we sit here, I'm considering buying this thing.
I just found it. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's a mind.
It's a legit prime.
It is a legit prime. Yeah. It's. I don't know what I'd be saying about it if my expectations were any higher than they are, though. Can I say that? I mean, legitimately, like, it's hard to review this and say, oh, I do kind of like it, because my expectations are so terribly low. He does come with a pretty decent sword. Maybe that orange isn't the right color.
This is fresh in your head.
Yeah.
This feels like a masterpiece.
I agree, man.
I mean, because this thing is so terrible. It's like,
speaking of masterpiece, can we talk about that new movie masterpiece they just announced for a second?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Like, it looks okay. I think it's like $100. They're basically coming out with
that guy, right? Repainting.
Yeah. I think it's this guy retooled smaller and repainted, and it looks decent. But here's the thing: once you get your hands on the Wei Zhang, it sort of makes the other ones, it makes it useless.
I'd rather just have Wei Zhang do that.
Right.
Like,
this is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
What Takara is giving you with the masterpiece movie prime is a step above what they should be giving you at retail, in my opinion. But I'm stuck in a time warp when toys were better and cheaper, and that's just not a reality of American toy collecting anymore. Where did the shield go?
It's on.
Oh, it is. That's pretty cool. I kind of like the blue. I don't know if that's part of the movie, but it adds a lot of like a little bit of contrast to him. I think it's cool.
I just like it. Man, I love toys that don't have backpacks that go past their legs.
I mean, this is intense.
Like that is god awful.
That is
terrible.
Awful.
I mean, like this is the worst toy. Probably.
Don't say worst, because I'm sure we could pick out some pretty bad Transformers.
Yeah, I'm sure we could.
But that is awful.
I'd say this is the worst Prime I've ever. Worst leader class, maybe.
Yeah. You know what Prime I love, and I wish the first movie Prime.
Me too, man.
It wasn't even a representative. It didn't really represent the movie design, but it was a cool looking toy.
It was made from a picture they got out before the movies got on. They had to put something in. If they would have stuck to that design,
it was good, man. And that's a fun toy,
It's
man.
a great toy.
And the platinum paint job really adds to it. I think that is I think that's a top 10 Prime. Maybe,
I'd say so, yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's up there, yeah.
I do like this has a faceplate. We already said that. My final thoughts, I'll let you have it after that, but I wanted to do nothing but make fun of you and this toy. And although my standards are certainly lower on this than what they should be, I will say that I am pleasantly surprised, and I think the transformation is pretty fun.
Right on, man.
You were knee deep in this, man.
I'm knee deep in it, but I get knee deep in it. But you know what? If you guys want a toy to muck around with, it's fun. Get it. You'll like it. I mean, it's like it's a new Prime. It's legit. It's like, you know, you can pose it. You could do stuff with it. I mean, you know, it's like. The backpack is reasonable. I mean, it's still big, and you know what I mean. I don't know.
Who do you tell to buy it though? Like, do you tell like movie guys to buy it, or guys who just want a fun robot?
Yeah, I mean, if you're into Bayformer movies, you're gonna love this. I mean, this is probably I'd say this is one of the better ones from the movies. You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way we can ever get a movie accurate Prime because they are not made.
They're not. Yeah, it'd be impossible.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They make a toy line into a movie that cannot translate into a toy line. It made no sense to me whatsoever. Yeah, but okay, so I like it better than I want to. I'm gonna say, I don't know. I might get it, even though I transformed it and played with yours.
I think I'm actually gonna buy this. Oh my god.
Please check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and P.O. Box if you want to send us any letters, drawings, or toys or whatever. And until next time, nerd out!
Oh, I did it. I did it. I'm feeling a little regret, kind of like the next day after sleeping with some ugly chick. Ah, shit.